Hiya, interest rates continue to fall because starting from fourth quarter 2024 onwards, which is October, cash savings account don't look as good anymore. And for those of you who are holding a large sum of cash in whatever accounts that you have, then it is very bad news for you because your returns are going to drop. In fact, if you look at the government securities, T-bills is yielding less than 3% per annum now. Then SSB, don't even need to say, it's like close to CPF OA 2.5% per annum already. Anyway, for those of you who have followed the channel closely enough, in June period, I already made it very clear that interest rates are going to drop in the later half of this year. So you are going to see the impact coming right now, right? Interest rate is falling, your returns are not going to be as good as it seems. That is why I always emphasize in this channel, which is to invest your money into assets that can at least beat inflation, and that will include global equities. But never mind, if you have discovered this video now, it is not too late, especially to join us at over 17,000 members in the Honey Money SG Telegram group for free to join like-minded individuals looking to build their personal finance and wealth. Let's talk about some bad news first, starting with Chocolate Finance. So Chocolate Finance is an investment portfolio made out of mainly fixed income, and currently they are giving 4.2% per annum based on the top-up program. But here is the bad news, the top-up program is going to end by the 1st of next month, because effective 1st November 2024 onwards, the 4.2% is going to be reduced to 3.6% per annum on your first $20,000 saved inside Chocolate Finance. And to be clear, Chocolate Finance is not a savings account, it is an investment portfolio. So you do not have all the SDIC insurance, nor is the capital guaranteed. So let me make it very clear, it is very different from savings accounts. But Chocolate Finance said that they had some good news as well, because after your first 20,000, your next 30,000 is going to get 3.2% per annum. So previously, if you have some cash in Chocolate Finance above $20,000 previously, it was not subjected to the top-up program. But now up to your first 50,000 will get the top-up program, just that it is a very different rate. So if you look at the blended effective return, that will be $20,000 multiplied by 3.6% and the next $30,000 multiplied by 3.2%, which will give you a blended return of 3.36% per annum on your first $50,000 in Chocolate Finance. And to be super clear, for instant withdrawals, it is still up to your first $20,000. So what that means is that if you have cash above 20k in Chocolate Finance, it will take some working days to withdraw the amounts back to your bank account. So for those who are still interested to use Chocolate Finance, you can use my referral link here, but take note the 4.2% is only till the end of this month. So next month we'll be starting with 3.6% per annum. So 3.6% to me is a very mediocre rate. I won't say it's the worst, but neither is it the best. I would say it's around the market rate. For short-term investment wise, to park some funds and earn some good return, I think it is okay. But long-term, I think you shouldn't depend on just Chocolate Finance. Which brings me to the next contender, which is Standard Chartered Bonus Saver account. So in my previous video, when I was preparing for 4Q 2024 cash saving strategy, I already mentioned that I will empty out this account because I already fulfilled the Save Up Level Up promotion. So right now, my Standard Chartered Bonus Saver has an account balance of $0. Alright, so I do not think that it is wise to put it there and then fulfill the requirements for 3.68% per annum because other bank accounts are already doing better. So to recap about Bonus Saver, if you fulfill the basic 3 requirements, which is salary, credit, card spend, and also bill payments, you get around 3.68% per annum, which was what I have gotten on the first work day of October. So that is one thing very good about Standard Chartered. The Bonus Saver interest will credit the earliest one. First work day is in. And the other good thing about Standard Chartered Bonus Saver account is definitely the sign-up rewards, because you can get up to $318 of cashback when you fulfill the very requirements of fulfilling Bonus Saver interest. It's nothing too difficult, you just have to deposit some fresh funds and then credit your salary, and you can get up to $318 of cashback. So for those of you who are new to Standard Chartered Bonus Saver, then you can apply for this account. So like you see, the first two options is already less than 4% per annum. What if I tell you, you can still get 6.9% per annum? Then you have to hear of this offer from my sponsor. If you are starting to trade options, then here are 3 reasons why you should choose Webull. Number 1, low commissions. At just 55 US cents per options contract, with no platform fees for US options trading, Webull has one of the lowest pricing in the market. You can even enjoy a promo with 0 contract fees, no assignment or exercise fees, and no minimum deposit, but more on that later. Secondly, access to US market index options. Trade options on major US indices like Nasdaq 100, S&P 500, and Dow Jones directly in the Webull app. Index options provide broader market exposure and reduce single stock volatility while offering similar benefits like leverage and income generation. Number 3, options learning. Especially for beginners, you can make use of Webull learning platform to educate yourself about options trading through frequently asked questions and popular option strategies. Also, did I mention that new to Webull users can get all these welcome promo rewards? For Moneybull, when you fund $2,000 you will get one coupon of 30 days of 1.83% interest booster. For Fund and Trade promo, fund minimum $2,000 by 31st October 2024. Complete 3 US trades within 30 days from the first deposit and maintain until 30th November 2024. And you will get $60 cash voucher. If you fund a minimum $10,000 by 31st October, complete 5 US buy trades within 30 days from the first deposit and maintain until 31st December 2024, you will get $350 cash voucher. There is also an options trading promo for both new and existing users, where if you trade a minimum of 100 US options contracts monthly, the fees will be reimbursed when you fulfill the criteria. Also, Webull does not charge platform fees. Start trading with Webull by using my exclusive link or scan the QR code right here to get your Webull account today. Next up, let's talk about OCBC 360 account, and this is a high interest savings account with requirements. So far, they do not have any bad news as of the recording date because it is still giving 4.65% per annum effective interest when you fulfill 3 criteria, which is salary credit, incremental savings, as well as card spend. And for those of you who do not have an OCBC 360 account yet, you can use my referral code and get some sign-up cash. So last month, I already had some cash savings in OCBC 360, and on the first working day of this month, October, I put in an incremental amount of slightly more than $500 to make sure I fulfill the incremental savings criteria because it is measured by ADB. And OCBC 360 bonus interest will come the latest because it's mentioned by 7 work day. So as of the time of recording, I still have not received the interest yet, but as and when I receive it, I may put it in the B-roll here. Also, the good thing about OCBC card spend is that card up is eligible, especially if you use the OCBC 90N, whether it's Visa or MasterCard. So if you're new to OCBC credit cards and card up, firstly, you can sign up for an OCBC credit card, and then for card up, right, you can use my new user code HoneyMoney and get $30 off your first payment in terms of the card up fees. So OCBC 360 is still quite good, right? 4.65% per annum. Now let's move on to something that has cut, and that is the HSBC Everyday Global account. So every month, supposedly, HSBC will refresh their bonus interest campaign. And this time around, it's quite different already. If we look at the terms and conditions, the total interest for regular customers is 3.1% per annum. Then for premier customers, it is 3.15% per annum. And this is for the tier of incremental average daily balance below $2 million. Anyway, I think that most of us here will put in less than $2 million unless you are a super high flyer. So this time around, the bonus interest campaign is using September as the reference month, which means that if you have $10,000 in September ADB, then in October, you have $200,000 ADB. That incremental average daily balance of $190,000 of fresh funds will be recognized as the incremental savings to be calculated for bonus interest. Now, something different about the campaign this time is that the duration has been enhanced. Previously, it was like 2 months period, but now it is for 3 months. So October, November, December, you will enjoy this interest. And I already covered this in a previous Ding Dong strategy video, right? Assuming you're doing the average daily balance fresh funds in October, then you have to empty your account in November, which means that by the time December comes again, can you ding dong those funds back to your HSBC EGA as fresh funds for the incremental ADB? Then yes, it's workable. Because October high balance, November low balance, and December high balance again to get that incremental fresh funds. And for those of you who just look at HSBC EGA thinking it's just 3.1% per annum, no, because there's additional 1% per annum interest if you fulfill the Everyday Plus Rewards campaign, which is based on the incremental fresh funds as well. So these two has to combine together, which means 3.1%. For regular customer, you add 1%, total 4.1% per annum. So not bad, right? For HSBC EGA, still can get above 4%. In fact, 4.15% if you're a premium customer. I think it's pretty good already for the condition now. Lastly, let's talk about our most popular friend, UOB One account. I think no change to the effective interest rate of 4% per annum for those of you who fulfill the $150,000 savings. And then the condition is only to spend $500 on selected UOB cards plus a salary credit of $1,600 monthly. These conditions everybody know already, don't need to repeat. But what has changed is the quarterly savings promo. The new name for this quarterly savings promo is called Save Up Cash In Promotion, whereby at the highest tier of $150,000 in fresh funds, you'll get a $700 cash credit, which is a major nerf, right? I mean, previously we were looking at more than $1,000 for the 150k tier. Now drop until $700. Very sad. For those who are lazy, I'll calculate the total effective return for you. So $700 divided by $150,000 multiplied by 12 divided by 5, which means an effective return of 1.12% per annum. So if you were to add it to the original UOB One account interest, 4% plus 1.12%, total effective return 5.12%. Then some of you will think, 5% and above there, I think it's the highest out of all these options listed in this video, right? But you forgot about opportunity costs. So if we look at the terms and conditions, which shows you when is the first batch to receive the cash credit, then it will be 31st of January 2025 next year, based on those people who participate in October. So that's a very long fulfillment period of 5 months. Secondly, for the $150,000 in fresh funds, it is measured against September's average daily balance. So if you did not do the clean out process, which means you want to minimize your ADB in September, then you will need to have a lot of fresh funds to make it more than $150,000. Lastly, it is also subjected to any changes in interest rates for the UOB One account. Can you guarantee that UOB One account will keep giving 4% per annum on your first $150,000? I'm not very positive based on this fallen interest rate environment, but I hope that it lasts as long as possible. So personally, if you ask me, I'm not participating in this UOB One account plus the Save Up Cash In promotion. Then you realize all these options that are listed today seems like they are on a declining trend and are dying off. Is the cash saving strategy for passive income coming to an end soon? I think they're holding on to their last breath. I mean, if you take a look at when I started talking about cash saving strategy, it was at the late part of 2022. That's when the uprise in interest rates started. But every party has to come and end. 天底下没有不散的宴席. And I felt that there was a very clear message that interest rates will be cut, especially at the later half of this year. So I already started moving my funds into global equities or index funds like S&P 500, which is why if you really want to start investing in global equity markets and the US market like S&P 500, I already done up the best ways that you can invest in S&P 500 based on cash CPF or SRS right here.